this problem, we're going to be looking at equations and determining are they linear or nonlinear. Now, first we need to talk about how the word linear means line. Specifically, it means a straight line. And so any of the equations that we have that are linear will be graphed as a straight line. So, because linear means straight line, it's safe to assume that the word nonlinear means not a straight line. For an equation to be linear or nonlinear, it must have what is called a constant rate of change. For equations, this is represented by slope-intercept form. So it means if you can write it in slope-intercept form, remember that's y equals mx plus b, then it is linear. Some basic rules that you can remember. Some basic rules are no exponents. Okay, there are no exponents in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And if there's a fraction, x cannot be in the denominator. There can be fractions, but if it is a fraction, x can be in the numerator, it cannot be in the denominator. So this is what we're going to be looking for when we look at our examples. For example number 1, we have the equation y equals 3x squared minus 3. This problem has an exponent. Exponents tell us that the equation is going to be nonlinear. For number 2, we have the equation y equals 8.75x. This equation lines up with slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. M would be the 8.75, the b would be the plus 0 that's at the end, and so that means that this equation is linear. For number 3, we have the problem y equals 10 over x plus 7. X is in the denominator of the fraction. X in the denominator means that we have a non-linear equation. X can be in the numerator. If it was x over 10, that would be an acceptable equation. For number 4, we have the equation 5x minus 6y equals 30. There are no exponents and there are no fractions where x is in the denominator, so this is going to be represented as a linear function. Now, even though it's not in slope-intercept form, it's still linear because, as we know, we can rewrite these equations. We can rewrite this equation as y equals 5 over 6x minus 5, and that is the same equation that is in slope-intercept form. Our slope is 5 over 6, and our y-intercept is negative 5. So it is a linear function because there are no exponents and no fractions where x is in the denominator. It can be written in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. For our last example, we have the equation 11x squared plus 15 equals y squared. We have exponents in this equation, and we know that exponents means we have a non-linear function. Anytime you have an exponent, it is non-linear.